Why should you focus your team on collaborating and not on competing? I'm Greg Schenkel, President of Unique Training and Development and Frontline Leadership Systems, and today we talk about the importance of getting your team to work together for excellence instead of competing against one another as rivals. Some leaders believe that employees will perform better if they have rivalries with other teams. They'll have things like Crew of the Month or Employee of the Month, really thinking that if I have them competing against each other, it'll bring out the best in everyone. But let me ask you, when you think about that, does that drive your performance? Do you want to compete against your teammates for success? I'd argue that it'll only work with the people who are so hyper-competitive, the win at all costs people. And let's face it, those people who you know who need to win at all costs, they might fudge the numbers a little bit or even, dare I say, cheat in order to hit their numbers. We don't want that to happen on your team, so why would we even incentivize it by pitting people against each other in some sort of work death match? So even though there's a small number of people that are motivated by competition, most of your team members are actually motivated to win together. So I've got a few tips to help you. Let's go through a few of them now. Use scorekeeping to drive excellence. Companies measure more now than ever before, and they post all those numbers on fancy charts or even on light-up boards. The problem is if you don't use those numbers effectively, your team members are going to think it is about competing with the other shift or with each other to get, recognition or even in some incentive of some kind. The reality is the scoreboard really gives you good data to show them how they could perform and become even better the next day. Tip number 2 is to set everyone up to win. Your job as a leader is to set a standard of excellence and then celebrate every person who can cross that level of performance. You want multiple people to achieve what you need them to achieve, not just one or two. So why not set it up so that more people can achieve excellence, not by setting the bar lower, but by setting the bar high and then helping people cross over that threshold. And tip number 3 is focus on winning the customer. It doesn't do your team any good to fight against each other or other shifts. Really, your company is trying to win over the customer more than your competitors are. And that means focusing on the entire potential of your team, not just on beating yesterday's numbers, but what could your team really achieve, and could you focus them on that full potential for performance? By supporting your team and collaborating with each other to win, it's going to build even stronger team bonds, and they're going to want to be loyal to one another and win together. That'll help you generate better numbers as well. Now, once you've figured out how to get your team focused on collaboration, you might decide that it's time to work on some of your other leadership skills and abilities. And of course, you can do that by watching all the hundreds of videos we have in our Leader Feeder series, or maybe you need to bring us in to do on-site training for your team in person, or these days, even more through our virtual training studio. No matter how we can help you, it all starts with a conversation on our website at uniquedevelopment.com. You can also connect with us on all the various social media channels that we're active on. Why not connect with other like-minded leaders in one of our many communities?